In this section, let's review various ways to assign and flag labor in ProfitNet. ProfitNet has several different ways of scheduling labor: employee scheduling, production planner, labor allocation and daily job scheduling, along with an internal time clock option. Each of these methods changes how you assign, track, and flag labor. Let's briefly look at a couple of these now. Employee scheduling is an easy way to assign labor to specific technicians using the scheduling button on your header screen. When you select the scheduling button, the current job scheduling information window will show all the departments with assigned labor. You can either assign the technicians by selecting them in the department field or use the employee scheduling button to open the detail line scheduling window. Let's enter Brad Baldwin in the body technician field and then select the employee scheduling button. Notice how Brad has been assigned all of the body labor on the detail line scheduling window. Now, let's assign the paint labor by putting a check in the paint labor total hours line. Then, in the employee field, use the drop-down window to select the painter and click on the Assign to Employee button to assign all the paint labor hours to the painter. You can now see that all the paint labor has been assigned to Patty. The detail line scheduling window allows for scheduling individual labor lines by technician. Simply select the individual lines and assign them to the desired technician. To view how the labor functions have been assigned, click on the Tools icon and go to Employee Scheduling. In the Employee Scheduling module, you will see that Brad Baldwin has been assigned to all of the body labor functions and Patty Peters has been assigned to all of the paint labor functions. If you prefer to use work orders with your technicians so they have a clear understanding of the tasks to be performed, you can print those from ProfitNet. First, select Print under the File menu. Select the work order and then preview the work order. The check marks on the left side of the body work order indicate that the parts have been received for this job. The bin location column on the work order will tell you where the part person stored the part, and the assigned tech column will list the ID of the tech assigned to the task. When you print this work order, you can choose to make it one continuous document, or you can have it divided by department. Once the work is finished, you can go back to the Employee Scheduling module and select the button indicating that the work has been completed. When you indicate completion of a labor function on the header field, the system will flag all units for the indicated labor function, such as bodywork. You can also flag specific labor lines if only part of the work on the repair order has been completed. At the end of your session, you can print a labor activity report, which will summarize flagged labor. Perhaps in your business, you do not use labor allocation or pre-assign labor. ProfitNet can assist you in manually distributing work to your technicians. In this case, if you want to flag labor without using an allocation module, go to Production, then Job Costing, and select a technician. As you can see on this RO, there are 8.01 hours of labor designated to the body department. Let's flag the hours Brad has completed so far. In this case, he has flagged 4 hours, leaving 4.01 hours of labor. If Brad later completes these hours, you can come back into the system and flag the remaining hours. In this section, you can also keep track of the actual number of hours worked on a vehicle so that you can assess efficiency and productivity. The time clock module has two functions: attendance mode and RO clock-in, which tracks the actual time work on an RO and automatically flags labor. A time clock icon can be placed on a workstation in the repair center, which only allows entry to the time clock module, or you can access the time clock by clicking on Tools, go to Time Card, and select an employee. Attendance mode will allow for flat rate and bid rate employees to clock into the shop. This makes payroll management easy and accurate by eliminating confusion and minimizing the amount of time required to do your payroll. An employee can also access the time clock by looking up his or her schedule, selecting the appropriate RO, and click on the Clock In button. Here you can see that Brad Baldwin has clocked in on RO 298 on September 22nd at 4:36 p.m. in the body department. After Brad is finished working on this vehicle, he simply needs to come back into the time clock module and click the Clock Out button. He can select the detail lines he has completed or click to indicate that he has completed all tasks for that RO. At the end of his day, he can simply clock out of the shop. Now, he has not only tracked the time that he has worked on the vehicle, but also flagged the work. In addition to making payroll easier, the time clock module can help generate accurate reports for labor efficiency and profitability. The time clock module is recommended when using Production Planner for labor allocation. Production Planner will automatically assign technicians based on workload and skill level. So now that you have seen how to allocate and flag labor in a variety of ways, let's look at some of the available reports. The first report is the Labor Activity Report under the Job Costing tab in the Report Generator. This report is commonly used for payroll purposes. Let's pick Brad Baldwin as an example and review a pay period date range. You can now see all of the ROs that Brad worked on, the hours that he flagged on those particular jobs, the actual hours he was clocked in for the jobs, and the cost based on his pay rate. In this particular case, Brad has flagged 32.3 hours at a total cost of $387.60. Another report that you can look at is the Labor Productivity Report. Again, select the time frame you want to view. In this case, let's look at this report in summary format. In this view, you can see the number of hours flagged, the actual hours worked, and the productivity percent for each employee. If desired, you can also view this report in a detailed format. The final report related to labor is the Labor Profitability Report. For this example, let's view all employees. Again, you must select a date range. When you look at this report in a summary view, you can see flagged hours, actual hours, sales per technician, cost per technician, profit dollars per technician, and your gross profit percentage per technician. You can also look at this particular report in a detailed format that will show you all of the ROs that each employee worked on and the gross profit in both dollars and percentage. Finally, you can see a graphical view showing labor hours, actual versus flagged hours of work, profitability of individual technicians, and sales versus costs. As you can see, ProfitNet's tools for flagging labor are convenient and easy to use. For more detailed information on managing labor, please contact your Axalta ProfitNet Territory Manager or Yada Systems.